Hey everybody, it's Rugby, and I'm coming to you right here from my living room. And this week's topic is therapy, therapists, finding a therapist, and all that. So, I've had plenty experience through much of my life with going to therapists. I've seen a bunch of different therapists, various spots in my life. And it's helpful to go to see a therapist no matter what's going on in your life. If you got something you're dealing with, it's just great to have some help sorting stuff through and helping you get some perspective on it. Because it's somebody who is neutral and not emotionally invested in your life, so they have a good perspective. It's kind of like standing over a maze and helping the mouse that's in the maze to find the cheese, if you will. So, get that different perspective, and it helps a lot with different stuff in your life. So, no matter what it is. And especially with transition, it is quite an undertaking. There's so many facets to this. No matter how far you're taking your transition or what aspect of it that you're encountering, there's different stuff that you find that you deal with and apprehensions and stuff, even though you know what it is that you want to do. So that's, even if you know in your heart and nobody's going to stop you from going through the transition. That's my situation. I always knew what I am, and there wasn't any doubt in my mind. So, pretty far on that spectrum. With people who aren't as far on that spectrum, it's good to have help sorting stuff through. Exactly where you fit on that spectrum, and what actions you may want to take. So it's helpful for people who are even just questioning, and that's fine, because it is a spectrum. But even for those of us who know in their hearts what they want to do, and there's nothing stopping you at all, it's helpful, because there's a lot of indirect stuff that you come across just in coping stuff coming out. I mean, for me professionally too, it was helpful to have that therapist aspect. So finding a therapist, and with regards to trans-friendly therapists, I am most blessed because I found that there was a trans health clinic in Vermont, and I found them through the local kind of rainbow family of RU12. So it's a GLBT or LGBTQ RSTV. Never mind. But you know what I mean. It's kind of that gay-friendly rainbow family type of organization. And that's where I first started and found out actually about the Trans Health Clinic in the Pride Guide. And I got that number, called it, and there's a primary health physician, primary care physician, who kind of specializes in trans folk, so that was really awesome. And so I got an appointment with her, and she explained at the time that Vermont had become an informed consent state. That means the whole year full of therapy wasn't necessarily necessary in order to start the hormones. So awesome, but still wanted therapist anyway because I knew it would help. And so they had a list of therapists that they know worked with trans folk. And so there was one on the clinic, one on that list at the clinic that I recognized She did some work with RU12, and I knew that she would be the one I'd go to, and that went well. So it was really like falling off a log. So I was really, really happy and lucky and blessed and very grateful that it was easy to find a therapist. And then starting that process, it was great. It was really, really helpful in many, many things, even just relationship crap, and even the little tiny little trans aspect to that, too. Really, really helpful. So even just not necessarily, I didn't need a letter from a therapist for for hormone therapy, so that was fine. But with the surgeon, they needed either a therapist letter or a physician's letter. I could have gotten a letter just as easy from my physician who was administering my teeth, but I got the letter from my therapist, and that was great and really helpful for that. And then, what else I was gonna say about therapy? Yeah, so I mean, I didn't need a letter necessarily for the hormones, but I for the surgery I did, and that was great. And also, moving down here to Florida and going to a new center is still very very trans friendly, and they made that advertisement. It's at the Metro Wellness Center, and that's where I go now for my primary care. And they needed a letter from my therapist to continue testosterone. So, so I had to get one emailed from my therapist and say, hey, they need a letter saying that, yeah, I'm good to go for T. So I got that, and that was great. This is helpful. So yeah, basically, if you are in the reddest state known to man, it's if you there's some rainbow organizations probably hiding under your nose, or flying under the radar. It's a good place to start and take a look, sniff around, and see if there's any therapists around that help, who are rainbow positive, so to speak. And that's a good way to start. Also, if there's no particular center per se, check in with any Unitarian church. Unitarian church is very well known as being rainbow positive. So if you have nothing around, it's not a bad place to start. Is go to a Unitarian church. They have probably a cork board, those bulletin board up of stuff, and start poking around and finding out about who does what, and may be able to help. So there's that for you. Hope that was helpful for you. I know I rambled on this week, but there was a lot to say, so hope everybody's doing good, and I'll catch you next week. Alright, bye.